Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the Dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
But we would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies could help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
It's a good idea, but we can't influence entire populations by ourselves. We'd need allies hidden among the people.
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say Hail to the Shadow 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup. I like it. After all, the trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that can pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved colonel, a pimp? To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
Back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
It's not ideal, but I have no way of finding out what dirt the ASC has on that man. We'll have to go without his support and hope we can get enough voters elsewhere.
All these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But
This is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
no, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Rumor is Aurora's dowser was deposed. I need to know it's more than rumor, though. If it's true, we might be able to convince some members of the Assembly that Victor needs to go.
Even though I don't like the idea of continuing the conflict between Abundance and Aurora that has caused so much suffering, if it's what needs to be done to dethrone Victor, I have a few contacts among Aurora's Technomancers. They're not quite brothers, but they're at least like cousins. And I've heard their messengers nearly always follow one particular shadow path. Let me show you. This one here. If you go, you may be able to stop one of their couriers. If the news you're expecting is as important as you say, I'm sure it will be in the documents they are carrying.
Thanks, Melvin.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of patients.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor. But we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands.
Ah, the human everyone talks about. May I? Can we speak, please?
Hi. You wanted to talk?
I did, yes, I did. I've heard many people say, even though you are human, you're a good person. Many say that without you, they would still be in the pen. I thought maybe you too could help me.
Depends. What do you need help with?
Yes, well, we need weapons. To have any hope of helping our brothers held captive, we must be armed. I was given orders to arm a squad, but I have nothing to arm them with. And in Noctis, such things are far too expensive for us. But since I was told you travel, if on one of your trips you could find and bring us back a box or two.
I can try. Sure I could get my hands on some in Ophir somewhere.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sure it would be a great help for us.
Ah, now you look like a promising client. If you have serum, you have promise, and I have all sorts of artifacts and merchandise from all sorts of corporations. Ah!
Bother you? Using the real, authentic relics as bait?
We'll only be using the minor relics. Novelty items that don't do anything. Could probably find them in any old ruin.
Just because they're novelty items to a Technomancer doesn't make them any less valuable. We want the clergy to believe they're worth dying for.
Exactly why fakes would make people suspicious.
Repent! We won't have access to the Blue Paradise so long as we are not all absolved of our sins. You came here to wash your soul?
I had something else in mind. I'd like to buy back the relics I brought to you the other day.
What? No, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. Those relics represent the blessings that the Shadow bestows upon our followers. To just sell them away would be like selling away my faith.
Alright, I'll look for some other relics.
That's the spirit.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
I'm looking to buy some ASC uniforms.
Not an easy thing to come by, but if you're willing to pay high enough.
I'll take them all.
That's what I'm talking about. Making business.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
I need your help. I'm trying to compel some assembly members to withdraw their support for Victor.
You have my attention.
There's a fraction of religious assembly members that would be appalled to learn Victor keeps certain relics for personal use. And if they did, it's all but certain that they would drop their endorsements and exile him.
And how exactly do you plan to prove that?
No, just by making Victor's relic collecting a little more visible to the public eye. Imagine a few ASC agents carrying relics, along with orders stipulating that they bring these objects to the Colonel. They're chugging along until they bump into a group of concerned citizens who insist they bring the relics back to the proper authorities.
Ah, so I guess you'll play a concerned citizen while my men dress up as ASC agents. They won't be flattered, but if you provide the costumes, they'll take care of the rest. I am pleased to know that my use of disguises inspired you. Perhaps we'll own a theater together someday. Anyway, you can count on me.
Signal station, and I'll stop your train dead in its tracks.
Good thing they don't have a rover.
Got that right. Aurora might have won the war and be overflowing with Technomancers, but they don't have decent fucking vehicles.
You a messenger?
Look, I can't tell you anything. Please, if I can't. The information I have is...
I know, but you're gonna have to comply. Train stopped. I'm gonna need your tablet and all the information that you can provide me about your dowser.
What? I would never jeopardize Aurora.
Either way, you're gonna give me what I want. You can give it to me, or I can pry it from your cold, dead hands.
You don't understand. If I tell you, they will kill me. Either way, I will never be able to return to Aurora. Our dowser, Wisdom, was dismissed, executed. Take my tablet. It has anything else you want to know. Now please, please leave me alone. Please.
So, why have they decided to go at it without their war hero?
Don't know yet. Word is it was treason, but in times like this, that can mean anything. It's chaos there.
That sounds bad for Aurora. Especially given the fact the second Abundance's military gets its hands on that tablet, they're gonna rain hell down on them. Mr. Mancer, I was sent by an important citizen. He's in need of your help and promises great support in return. He is waiting at the curiosities for you.
I'm guessing you're not gonna give me this important citizen's name.
No, just, he says he already owes you his life. I need to go. Can't risk people seeing us together. Goodbye.
Feel like an idiot. Feel like any jackass with 2 eyes is gonna know we're frauds.
Relax. No one besides Victor's gonna find out what's going on. I promise you.
brightly today. Not even a slight bit suspicious. Maybe it's a trap.
If it was, I don't think he'd have arranged it in front of one of the most popular bars in Ophir.
Mine's so powerful, if that's true, it'll bring my daughter back home.
Well, you're right. There are easier ways of setting this up.
I haven't had any news in ages.
Your Honor, I wish I'd known. You sent me that message?
I need to talk to you. I've kept an eye on you since you saved me. I never believed the lies the Colonel's been spreading about you. I just, unfortunately, did not know how I could be of help. Victor is a power-hungry sociopath, driven by his personal goals, destroying abundance. I've known it for years, but could never do anything about it.
Why not?
4 years ago, my son disappeared, and soon after, I started receiving messages telling me that if I ever wanted to see him alive, I needed to make certain decisions in my court. I never knew for sure who was behind it, even if I had my suspicions. Only recently did it become clear. Every decision I was instructed to make cleared the way for Victor's rise to power. He's holding my son, making me his puppet. It has to stop. For my son, for abundance, do you hear me? I have seen your strength with my own eyes. Save my son, and I promise you will not from this day forward fight the ASC alone. With my influence in the Assembly, I could easily have you reinstated.
I just want Victor to fall. That's enough for me. Any idea where he might be holding your son?
I wish I did. I know the ASC has secret facilities. Some say they're in the underworks. I don't know. Hearsay, perhaps, but if true, maybe someone in the army or mutants who helped build them might know better.
I'll do my best, Your Honor. I promise.
Their eyes are like hawks. I'm gonna have to clear them out or it's gonna be near impossible to talk to the guys inside.
Hey there.
Hello? What does the man want?
I'm Zachariah Mancer. I'm an ally of the Free Mutants, and I need some information.
She is listening, but is not sure she can help.
I know the ASC's got secret facilities somewhere in the city. Probably in the slums. Probably use mutants to build them. I need to find them. You know where they are?
The man was lucky to find her. She worked to build the place. She knows the path under the source that leads straight to it. She can show it on a map.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be a big help. Hey, are you the chief around here?
He is, yes. I am the chief of those who do not willingly bow to men. Do you wish to punish me?
No, I'm Technomancer. One of your people sent me. His name is Phobos. He asked me to help you run away.
I know that name. I feel like I'm dreaming. A human offering to help us? I won't say no, but I hope I don't wake up soon. I need explosives so we can blast our way into the underworld, but I cannot make any here. They would spot any contraband on me right away. If you can find explosives, we'll be able to make a hole big enough for us to escape through. And I need to warn some groups. You'll also need to give a rousing speech. Many of them are terrified of disobeying humans. But maybe they'll listen to you. Anyway, there's one last problem.
What?
We have a mole. There's a brother here who works for the humans. I haven't figured out who, but if we don't flush him out, our escape plan will have failed before it even began.
Any idea how to blow his cover?
Not sure, but if the human brings up our legendary icons, like Phobos or Scum, he might try to overdo it, and sing their praise to the moons.
Alright, I'll take care of it.
This is still so odd, but I thank you.
Hello?
What does the man want?
I just want to know more about Phobos and Scum, if you wouldn't mind talking.
He knows nothing of those names. Those names are not from the pen.
Alright. You don't want to get out of here, do you? Why?
He does. He wants... If we try to leave, we will be killed like dogs.
Believe it or not, a lot of you have gotten out of here, and are living freely now. Phobos used to work here. He not only escaped, but comes back here to free his brothers a couple at a time. Today he's ruling Mutant Valley. It's a hell of a lot nicer than the pen.
I have heard. Stories are told among us when we break. He would like to join being free. He would. Yes. He would. Tell whoever is in charge that he is ready to be free. I can't stay here while my brothers escape. Tell the chief I am ready to break free too.
Hey.
Hello, man. Can he help you?
If he can tell me about Scum and Phobos, maybe.
He has never heard those names.
If you're not a mole, why didn't you try to escape with the rest?
He is scared. He has seen brothers caught trying to do so. The brothers were beaten, and worse, there is no escape. There is only death.
I'll give explosives to your chief. When I give the order, he'll make a breach leading to the underworld. And by going that way, your people can slip into the canyon undetected. No patrols, no violence, and you can finally be free.
Explosives! If we could smuggle that in, then... Yes, we could. Yes, I'm beginning to believe. Maybe we can succeed. Count me in.
Hi.
Hi. What can he do for the man?
He can tell me what he knows about Phobos and Scum.
He knows only they're mutant rebels. Escaped with many mutants to create a mutant nation that is the enemy of Mother Abundance. Traitors who were hiding far from here. Somewhere he does not know.
Well, looks like we found our mole.
Are they a bunch of to kick some ass. What the hell do you need to convince them for?
They're scared, Amelia. Their spirits have been broken.
I know, but they got a chance to be free. Get excited! Just saying. Hey, good looking. What's up?
I'm gonna need some explosives to help the mutants escape through the underworks. You have any?
Good thing you asked the only girl on this planet who always carries a little nitro in her pocket for just such an occasion. I can make you some explosives, but not something I can do just anywhere. I could do it in my shed. Got reagents in there and enough room to work. It'll keep things safe, relatively speaking. Hey, good looking. What's up?
I'm gonna need some explosives to help the mutants escape through the underworks. You have any?
No, but I can make you some real quick. Just takes a minute.
Prison camp riot led to a mass mutant breakout.
Wouldn't accept it as fact just yet.
Hello, Mara.
Well, well, Zachariah Mancer. Word is you have a rather large bounty on your head. Relax. You're a friend here. No one here is gonna come after either. What can we do for you?
I was told Victor hires girls. That ring a bell?
Sure. Asshole exploits young ladies to drag secrets out of horny old men, then blackmails them. Guy's a crackerjack prick. Treats the girls like slaves. No, worse, like slabs of meat.
With a little evidence, I could put an end to his trafficking. Any idea where I might find some?
There's a guy Victor uses to wrangle the girls and all the info they get. Writes everything down on a tablet. Steal the tablet, steal all the info on it. Probably some shit on there to incriminate the giant cock, too.
Where's the tablet?
At the guy's place in the exchange, probably. We wanted to go kill him, but the place was too well guarded for us. Maybe not for you, though. Hope you do what we couldn't.
Gonna try my best, Mara.
Kinda tough picturing that stuck-up suit Victor as a pimp. Pretty high-risk scam.
Must be worth the trouble.
These girls must have given him some good info. He must be real pleased with himself. Not for long, he's gonna get what's coming to him.
Greetings, Mr. Law. I know you're a religious man, and from one man of faith to another, I wanted to give you these relics, and this message.
Relics? Where did you recover these?
Some friends and I overheard several ASC soldiers. They were going to deliver these relics to Victor for his personal use. We were outraged by their sins. So as they made their way to the Colonel, we stopped their blasphemy from going any further. We attacked them and recovered these relics.
How despicable! Colonel Victor must be corrected if he feels he could desecrate our relics. Anyway, you showed great bravery, young man. We need more heroes like you. The Shadow won't forget you. I am sure of it. I'll return the relics to the People's House right away. And like all of us, the Colonel will pay for his sins. I'll tell my friends. Victor will receive our support no longer.
Thank you, Mr. Law. I'm so glad I did the right thing.
What's on that tablet's not only gonna bring Victor down, it holds a lot of power. You know how much of the assembly can be blackmailed with the info in there? Half those girls' clients are politicians. Better give it to someone you trust. Gets into the wrong hands, a lot of people are gonna suffer.
Who are you? You're not a member of the ASC. What are you... How did you get in here?
You Simon Judge's son? Your father asked me to find you and bring you home.
Bullshit. My father abandoned me years ago, and now he comes to rescue me from the only people who have cared for me since? He never gave a damn about me. Can't you see I'm happy here? The ASC is my new family. Get out.
He didn't abandon you. The ASC kidnapped you, and have been using you to blackmail your father. He's been following their demands for the past 4 years, all to keep you safe. As soon as he learned about your whereabouts, he sent us to bring you home.
Why the hell should I believe you?
Because I'm telling you the truth. I know it doesn't make any sense right now, but the ASC's chief, Victor, had you kidnapped years ago to manipulate your dad. And your dad never knew who had you. Your dad only figured it out after he was asked to just openly support Victor's power grab. Once he knew, he sent us.
I don't... But where is he? If it's true, then where is my father?
Go to the Curiosities, a bar in the slums. Wait there and your dad'll meet you. If he's not there when you get there, just ask the bartender to hide you for a while. He's used to that kind of thing. Alright, let's go see the judge. Break the good news that his son's finally free of the fucking ASC.
We could have seen the reunion. The son who adores the ASC and the father who hates them. Now that's family conflict.
Better getting a conflict than no family at all.
Is it? We might not have family, but at least we have each other and spare each other hate.
Blood's thicker than water, and that judge's love for his son, no matter what he's become, we'll find a way to bring him back to reason. Captain, good to see you. You hear the rumor about Aurora's dowser?
Dismissed? Of course. We have a general who's dying to hear if it's true. It would open a door to recover what was taken from us.
Tell your general he can stop dying then. I took a tablet from an Aurora messenger. Confirmed everything.
Where Victor failed, you succeeded. And it is exactly what our military commanders will think. Colonel's going to have trouble keeping support in the assembly with that out there. Well done, Lieutenant.
I recovered a tablet from a pimp working for Victor. It holds all the secrets his girls managed to get out of their clients.
And you have evidence Victor was involved?
With all those notes, he also wrote down every order Victor ever gave him. How much more incriminating could they be?
Give me that. I'll pass it up the chain. Victor's gonna have a hard time recovering from a scandal like this.
That's the hope, Captain.
I can't believe it, Zach, but you did it. They just told me an influential assembly member wishes to chat with you. I think he's leaning toward giving Victor the boot.
I don't know if it's worth the risk. What if I get caught in public? There's still a bounty on my head.
If this meeting goes well, not for long. Plus, he's asked to meet discreetly in front of the Curiosities. I don't think he's trying to start a brawl in a crowded public joint like that. Just tell the truth, and it'll be bye-bye, Victor.
You find your boy?
Yes, I sure did. He's in a safe place now. He's recovering. Being isolated as much as he was it'll take time, I'm sure, for him to be back to his former self. Until then, I will find a way to turn the Assembly against Victor. Let him try to get another law passed. It'll be like hitting a mountain.
Thank you.
No, Zachariah. It is I who am indebted to you. Not just for what you have done for my family, but for Abundance, who deserves better than this tyrant.
Take this. It goes boom boom. Wait for my signal. I'll tell you when to make a break for it.
Thank you. I shall hide them while we wait.
You'll be able to escape. I found your traitor and I convinced the others to follow you.
So, we are ready. I hope that we will see each other again, Mancer.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes. Sorry we had to meet here. The source must have been difficult to get to. But I'm pleased to finally make your acquaintance.
Yeah, this isn't exactly homey. What can I do for you?
I've been informed about Colonel Victor's less wholesome activities and your role in revealing them. With the Assembly in uproar, my group is trying to pick a stance amidst the chaos.
Colonel Victor's scandals and his methods have shocked the members of the congregation and the common people. Continuing support of the Colonel is political suicide. The trust between the people and their leaders must be restored for the good of Abundance.
You may be young, but you are wise. Victor is in a precarious position, and if his head is on a stake, his allies will join him. Better to jump ship before the crash. I, for one, have never approved of his methods, but the results have always been effective. The winds are changing, momentum is shifting, and we must show our objection to his brutality.
Our army's ranks are spread thin and filled with the Colonel's lackeys. If he wanted to seize power, declare martial law, Abundance wouldn't have the strength to repel him. And his unjustified arrests of our master Technomancers forced them to flee, adding to our enemy's advantage in skilled forces. Many of our soldiers have deserted, some unwilling to participate in Victor's madness. Others turned mad by his combat drugs. We must stop Victor before it's too late.
Oh my. I did not realize Victor had taken things so far. This is grave news. You're right. We need to curtail the bleeding, so we can give our army a chance to rebuild.
Corruption is rampant at every level of our corporation, but who can say no to serum?
Are you trying to bribe me?
No, of course not. I was simply referring to the Colonel's buyouts of certain Assembly members. Back scratching has been toxic for Abundance. For now, Victor roams unchecked.
I agree. Alone, I can do nothing but agree. Perhaps it is time to gather truly honest men to represent the people of our great corporation.
Look around you. Do you see the people? They're scared, angry. Victor's incessant intrusion has violated the privacy of their lives, their relationships. They no longer feel free. All this whistleblowing has shattered our sense of community. No one trusts each other, and vendettas and misunderstandings alike send innocents to be imprisoned, tortured, or killed at the ASC's whim. Colonel Victor won't stop until he pushes the people of Abundance to flee or fight, to the brink of revolution.
You're painting a very dark picture here. What you're saying could happen, I agree. Victor's playing with fire, and the flames grow with each passing day. We could lose everybody. Our workers, our scientists, our soldiers. And they will be turned into our worst enemy.
Surely a man of your experience weighs the implications of every decision exceptionally carefully. Even though Colonel Victor had the best intentions in mind, he used methods that greatly undermine the authority of Abundance. I'm sure a prominent member of the Assembly, a man such as yourself, would make the right choice.
You should have been a politician, young man.
Listen, man. I'm the poster girl of abundance. This city, it's my home. So when I see what this piece of shit, human garbage Colonel Motherfucker has done to it, makes me pretty pissed off. We can't let this continue!
I think I now understand why we didn't include a caption with the photo. You are quite persuasive. You have convinced me. I will go and try to do the same to my peers. Of course, even with unanimous focus and direction, it will take months to regain the trust of our people and rebuild the strength of our army. But most urgently, we must remove the man who started it all. An extraordinary meeting will take place in a few hours, and I have no doubt that it will end with good news.
No mercy for traitors! Treacherous scum!
Two-faced bastard! Cut out his tongue!
Bumbling fool! Throw him in with the mutant!